Hey everybody, thanks for joining us here on 9 News Watch for a detailed look at your Colorado weather forecast. I'm Meteorologist Chris Bianchi in the 9 News Weather Center, and the story continues to be the same one we've been dealing with for, months on end at this point. Warm, dry conditions and no snow in sight, at least over the next 7 days in around the Denver area. And by the way, that includes most of Colorado as well, where we're looking snow-free. Outside right now here in Denver, sunny skies once again prevailing. A few of those lenticular mountain wave clouds overhead, a kind of classic sign that we got a warm day on tap for us here. It's a kind of a classic sign during the winter months that we've got those warmer days ahead. When you get those lenticulars overhead, that's usually an indication you get those toasty temperatures, and we certainly are looking at those here in Denver. By the way, our average high for today, 47 degrees, and it's 11 a.m. and we're already at 69 in Denver. That puts us 22 degrees above our average high at 11 in the morning. We're going to make a solid run at our record high for today, which is 74. That was set back in 1899. So we're going to make a real run for that in the next couple of hours. In fact, if I had to kind of bet on it, we'll probably get, I don't know if we quite get there. I'd say 72, 73 is a pretty good bet at this point for us. Meantime, downtown Denver, 66, 68 Littleton, 72 Boulder. So again, these temperatures, these are late September, early October types of temperatures that we're seeing in the second to last day in the month of November. And compared to yesterday, we've really kind of spiked up those temperatures. We got downsloping winds coming off of the Rockies. Those winds are warming us on up. So what you're feeling when you got warm air, what you're feeling are really fast-moving air molecules, and when they come down off the Rockies and get that westerly wind, especially when you get a bit of a southerly and westerly wind, well, those air particles accelerate as they slide down off of the Rockies, and the result, well, you're feeling it, you're looking at it here in and around the Denver area. And with that in mind, we don't have anything in terms of rain or snow statewide over the course of the next 24 hours, and well beyond that, sunny skies prevail for today. Warmer, 71 right now, our forecast time. I'm going to say that we will probably beat that. We'll probably get up to, again, 72, 73 this afternoon. Again, our record for today is 74 degrees, and we'll probably get close to that record later on this afternoon. So forecast highs around the metro, 74 Arvada, 74 Broomfield, Boulder 73. Again, you're already at 72, so you're probably breaking that. You're probably going to get up to 74, 75, which is crazy to be talking about these temperatures this warm, this late into the fall season. By the way, meteorological winter starts on Wednesday. Meteorologists, we measure the seasons by month for climate reasons, for the fact that fall and winter and the seasons begin on different days each year. So sometimes fall might begin, for example, on September the 20th or September the 22nd. And for consistency in measuring the climate, we measure those, meteorologically speaking, we measure fall and winter by straight months as opposed to the astronomical calendar. So winds, again, these are part of the reasons why we're seeing these warm temperatures. We're seeing some pretty gusty winds as, again, to the foothills as usual. Blackhawk, 27-mile-an-hour wind gusts up there, 25 at Estes Park. But fortunately, the winds aren't going to be that strong for now. Those winds do pick up into the foothills tonight. That is thanks to a passing cold front. It's a weak front that's going to drop its way on through, but we will see a bit of a cold front move its way through the region. That'll kick up those winds in the northern foothills in particular for today, for late tonight and into early tomorrow. And then we'll see those winds pick back up again as we get into tomorrow night with some gusts that perhaps could exceed 50 miles an hour in the northern foothills. That would be kind of western Boulder, western Larimer counties, where you do see that chance for some of those gusts to perhaps exceed 50 miles an hour. It's those usual spots, those east-facing foothills in particular. They'll be looking at some of those extra gusty winds. But you will notice tomorrow, for most of the metro area, much cooler temperatures with highs topping out only right around 60 degrees here in Denver. Now, this is just kind of a testament to just how warm it is. We're dropping temperatures tomorrow. We've got a front moving its way on through, and still, for your day tomorrow, we're running 13 degrees above average. So again, cold front moves through. We drop temperatures to only 13 degrees above average. It's just a ridiculous fall. I'll get more on that here in just a second. Before tomorrow, there's a look at that day part forecast. A lot of sunshine overhead. Again, temperatures a bit on the cooler side. You will notice that, and certainly a bit more of a jacket weather kind of day for your day tomorrow. Today, it's straight up shorts and short sleeves t-shirt. It is Southern California weather for your day today. Tomorrow, a bit more closer to what we would expect this time of year, but again, still running 10 to 15 degrees above the norm with these highs, generally speaking, around the metro area in the low 60s. But I've been talking about how unusual this is. This is how unusual we are here in Denver right now in a couple of different respects. One, we have picked up less than 2 inches of total precipitation since June the 1st. That's rain, that's melted snow, that's sleet, it's anything that comes from the sky, and you measure it down to liquid form. That is the total number. In this time span, we average about 8.5 to 9 inches worth of rainfall or total precipitation. We picked up less than 2 inches at DIA. Downtown, it's about 3 inches, but still, we're running way below average, and this is in Denver, officially our driest June 1st to present on record. So it's been exceptionally dry, and of course, it's not just in Denver, it's statewide with pockets of extreme drought. Those red shaded zones, the second highest level on the official drought monitor, and unfortunately, those colors are likely only to grow here. Denver, again, we've been bone dry since June the 1st. Statewide, we've been pretty dry, especially the eastern third of the state since June the 1st. The summer did produce quite a bit of rainfall for our friends from the Continental Divide on west. So we were kind of, if you remember back in May and June, we were talking about a very split picture with eastern Colorado doing great on the drought front and western Colorado mired in severe or exceptional or extreme drought. Now it's just, again, kind of shared statewide right now because it's been so dry for such a long little while. Now, also for us here in Denver, you're probably wondering, are we going to see snow anytime soon? I'll tell you straight up, we have nothing in the next 7 days that even comes close to producing any sort of snow for us here in Denver. So we're still waiting for our latest first measurable snowfall here in Denver officially. Remember last Wednesday, kind of when we were explaining this last Wednesday when it was happening, we did see some flakes in some cases. I think here in downtown, a few of us did pick up a little bit of kind of light slush on grassy surfaces, but it didn't count as measurable snowfall here in Denver. What that means is 1/10 of an inch of snow or more at Denver International Airport. And we have not seen that yet, obviously, here in Denver so far. And therefore, the wait continues, and it is going to continue into December and probably into the second week of December. We're going to have to wait until our first measurable snowfall. Unbelievable what we've seen so far this fall. I've had to explain to a few friends and a few colleagues here in the newsroom how unusual, how crazy unusual this is here in Denver. And that dry stretch and that warm stretch continues with highs back into the 70s. So we get the quote-unquote cool down for your Tuesday back into the low 70s, Wednesday and Thursday, and then Friday and Saturday. Again, reminder, our average high, we're normally in the 40s this time of year. So we're cooling down for Friday, Saturday, and to next weekend. But again, those temperatures still running well above average. There are indications, should kind of point this on out, is that by the middle of next week that things may turn active. But meteorologically speaking, each time we've seen these kind of things come up where maybe the next week or 10, 11 days out, things look more interesting, those sorts of situations tend to fizzle. So there is nothing in the next 7+ days. We're going probably into the early to mid part of next week when we have any sort of thing that looks remotely interesting, December the 7th or December the 8th. Until then here, folks, we're staying dry, we're staying warm, so water those trees, make sure that your lawns, and I know that lawns generally go dormant during the winter months, but of course you do still need to water them because they still need that water, because a lot of grasses and trees may at this point think it's spring because it's been so warm. So again, just make sure you are watering your lawns and particularly water your trees because they certainly need the moisture. Thanks for joining us here on 9 News Watch for a detailed look at your Colorado weather forecast. Meteorologist Lauren Robinson has your forecast coming up at noon, and Chief Meteorologist Kathy Sabin has your forecast at 4, 5, 6, 10, 9, and 10 later on this evening. Again, I'm Meteorologist Chris Bianchi here in the 9 News Weather Center.